Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from my single-player Hermitcraft testing world. Don't worry, we'll be on the Hermitcraft server very shortly, but I wanted to kind of show you the plan for today before we dive into it. I think it's high time we make a sheep farm on the Hermitcraft server, and I wanted to kind of show you my creative process because I did it a little bit differently this time than I normally would. Now, first and foremost, let me just say, although this is what we're building, it's going to look a million times better this. I just wanted to kind of plan out the directions. Ultimately, it's actually going to be an underground sheep farm. So we'll have pillars that come up and we'll have, details of some sort or another, to make it look good and whatever. So don't panic and think that I'm just going to plop down some fences and call it good, because that's not the case. But what I did, I knew that I wanted 16 pens. So going around the outside, we have 16 5x5 sheep pens, one for each color of wool, right? And in the middle, I have a much larger central pen. And this is going to be the whatever type of wool I need a lot of pen. So say I'm working on a project where I need a lot of green wool, I'll dye all the sheep in the middle green. And then I can come in and harvest all of them. And then the pens on the outside are going to be for if I need like a smaller, I need 3 pieces of red wool to make a red bed. I can come over here and get them, and so on and so forth. But the big middle pen will be for whatever color of sheep we want, whatever we need a lot of at any given time, and we'll just re-dye all of those sheep. Okay, so I planned that out over here just using blocks. I said, this is the shape I want it to be. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, so 16 on the outside, and then I marked out kind of the big central area right here. Our entrance is going to be right here where I've posted this, and this is going to be a 31 by 49 area. So 31 by 49 plus probably 6 to 8 blocks up. It's going to be a lot of digging, but that's okay. It'll be fun. And then back here, I'm going to put, I think, one of those automatic crop breeders over here. Just like the one that Mumbo built at the Community Village Trading Center. I'm probably just going to rebuild that exact same one in the sheep farm so that if I need wheat, I can just come over here and quick get some wheat to breed the sheep, etc. And I'll probably automate it a little bit as far as putting bone meal into the dispensers as well. I'll put like an input chest up in this corner or something to grab bone meal. I just dump all the bone meal in the chest and it'll distribute into the hoppers. But that's kind of the basic plan for today's episode. First thing I need to do, though, is choose where exactly I'm going to put it and then dig out a 31 by 49 by 8 tall area. I don't know how many blocks that is. Well, maybe 8 tall, however tall it is that you reach when you're standing on the ground and you reach up with a beacon and get the max level. So it's going to be a lot of blocks. It's going to be a lot of digging. It's probably going to take me some time, but I'm really looking forward to it. So let me jump over to the Hermitcraft server. Let me get that area dug out, and then I'll come back to you. All right, guys, we are back on the Hermitcraft server, and I have a little bit of a progress update for you guys. So the farm, the sheep farm, is going to be located directly under where we're standing right now. And I think the way we're going to access it for now is through this staircase. Now, eventually, this is the staircase that leads down to our sugarcane farm way down here, down to Cane Hall. But eventually I'm going to rework this entire staircase. Once we kind of get the city built over to this area, we'll kind of incorporate this staircase into the actual city design in some way. But for now, the entrance to the sheep farm is going to be right over here. And I do have the entire thing all dug out, plus one extra where we're standing right now. This is all going to be grass so that the grass can spread and the sheep can, get grass for their wool. Up here, so if we don't include the grass, we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 high is how high I decided to dig it out. I could have gone one more, but I think the sheep farms themselves are basically going to be like I'm going to need about 4, maybe 5 blocks of space, and then I have 1 extra for adding in detail and stuff like that. So I think this will work out pretty well. The next step for me is I need to basically fill this entire thing with grass. That's going to take me a bit. I think I have enough grass that I've collected. I think. Maybe. I hope. Let's take a look. We'll swing into our storage room real quick and see if I will have enough grass, or I may actually have to do some grass mining. We have a little less than a double chest full. I think that'll be enough. Yeah, it definitely will be, because, yeah. Okay, so I should be able to get that all filled in. That's going to take me some time, though, so let me get to work on that. All right, I am back, and some work has been done. I went ahead and I filled in this entire area with grass. I also marked out where our pathways are going to go. We're going to have basically a 3-wide path that runs around this whole area. And actually, I should probably get rid of this little chunk right there, because that's where we're going to be able to get to our Nano Farm thing. So the next step, I need to make sure that grass grows here properly. So what I'm thinking is we're going to take grass blocks, right? And on these back sides over here, we'll put down some grass like this, because grass can spread diagonally. And then we probably don't need that many torches. Let's just go every other. And then what we'll do, I kind of want to grab these resources since I'm a little bit low. There we go. And then we'll just cover them back up. So that way grass will be able to spread up to these corners. And I think that will be very good for us, because we'll be able to, make sure that no matter how much grass the sheep eat, even if they eat everything within their little pens, we'll still be able to get the resources that we need, or to have the grass spread properly. So let's do a little bit of this together, because I have a couple things that I want to talk about a little bit. I want to talk about some changes that are going to be happening on the channel over the next couple days, weeks, etc. Hermitcraft has been daily, basically since the start of Season 5. And I think I missed like 1 day of Hermitcraft episodes. But other than that, it has been daily, nonstop. And I kind of feel like I've fallen into quantity over quality. And I don't think that's good. I think on YouTube, quantity is important. It really is. That's just kind of the way that YouTube works. Quantity is still very important, but I think quality is also extremely important. Maybe the best thing to do, grass can spread diagonally as well, I think. So it would probably be better to do something along these lines and just make this a solid line instead of trying to dig out just that little chunk. That's probably a better idea as I'm kind of thinking about this. Yeah, for sure. So let's do something like that. And that should do the trick for us. And then we can put torches every other one here. Anyway, I've kind of fallen into this trap of quantity over quality. And while quantity is important on YouTube, I think quality is important as well. And to be honest, that kind of feeling you get when you start a new world, right? That sense where you're just incredibly inspired nonstop and you have so many ideas and so many things and you're just ready to build like everything. That's kind of passed for me a little bit. It kind of passed a couple weeks ago. And that's not to say that I'm not enjoying Hermitcraft or that I'm not, or that I'm gonna, stop Hermitcraft or anything like that ridiculous. But that initial sense that you get when you first start that new world, that's where things have kind of faded a little bit, so to speak. and I just fell in a hole. And I think it's time. I think it's time to kind of switch off of daily Hermitcraft episodes and kind of go back to a bit more of a regular schedule like we've had in the past, where we're bouncing back and forth between my single-player world Kingdoms and then Hermitcraft. And then we also have some other stuff in the mix as well, modded series and stuff along those lines. So my plan is Hermitcraft is going to switch from daily to every other day. And that way I'll be able to put more time and more effort into my Hermitcraft episodes, because I won't be trying... I won't feel like it has to be rushed. You know what I mean? Like, I've felt that there have been a couple episodes over the last, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 episodes where I've kind of felt like I have to get a Hermitcraft episode out today, and it has to get done. And you know what? If it's not perfect, so be it. And I think while quantity on YouTube is important, I think it's important to find that balance between the two, and kind of find a way to do both, right? Like there needs to be a balance between quantity and quality. So I'm kind of at that point where I'm ready to start switching off. The other thing too is I just kind of want to apologize. Videos have been a little weird over the last couple weeks. Early June has been just ridiculous for me. I've had a lot of real life stuff. Nothing bad, just I've been very, very busy. Like, when you come off of active duty military, you keep your medical benefits for an additional 6 months after you come off. So you get to keep making use of those medical benefits, where basically all of your healthcare is provided by the military, all the healthcare for you and your family. And that ended, those benefits ended in early June. And as a result, my wife and I were trying to get basically like all of our doctor's appointments, checkups and tests and all that kind of stuff in within like the first week of June, which was the last week that our government military health insurance was still going on. So we had a whole bunch of appointments and stuff like that. And then also my wife's birthday is in early June, so that took up some time trying to launch the second channel. Like, there's just been a lot of different things, a lot of moving pieces, so to speak, that have kind of gotten in the way of me being able to maintain my schedule. But we're going to get to a point here within the next couple days where we're back to normal, so to speak. We're back to kind of where we want to be, and I think that's good, and also very important. And honestly, I'm excited to start some new things on the channel as well. Get some Kingdoms going again, get some new modded series started. FTB Beyond just came to an end, and that's going to be replaced with at least one, probably two modded series. So some changes are going to be happening over the next couple weeks. I think you guys are going to like them. I think you guys are going to enjoy what's coming up. But I just wanted to kind of clear that up so that people are no longer expecting daily Hermitcraft episodes, because I do want to make sure that these episodes are good. I want to make sure they're as good as I can realistically make them in the amount of time that I have to create them. And I think having multiple days, and also it'll also just kind of help me keep inspired and stay sane, I guess you would say. Do I have more torches? I do. Good. So that's the plan. Just wanted to let you guys know. But I'm going to go back to finishing this little part of it up, and then I will be back. All right, guys, I am back. I've got all of it done. I also went ahead and did the path right away. Added some glowstone or redstone lamps. I always call them glowstone lamps here, and then kind of some dark oak just as a highlight, a little bit of stairs to get a little bit of depth in the floor, whatever. It works. What I want to do next is I want to do all of these kind of side stalls where each color of sheep is going to go, and I figured out the design that I want to use. So we're going to go with this. I want to build it once with you on camera just so you guys can see kind of how it works. It's pretty straightforward. Basically, we just put some dark oak stairs there. We're actually going to hide a torch right here and put a cobblestone fence on top. Because grass, in order for grass to spread to a block, the block that it's spreading to needs to have a light level of 9 or higher. And if we don't hide a torch back there, not all of the grass blocks in here will have a high enough light level. So that's kind of the first step. Then we're going to put a slab here and make like a little arch thing, right? Something like this. And then here, we're going to make another one of these little arches, kind of like the roofs that we did on the a lot of the houses in the village. Now, I know this doesn't look great from up above, but we'll have a ceiling in here that's actually going to cover all of that up, so don't even worry about that. Okay, so then we'll go a slab here and here, like this, right? Remember, you're not actually going to be able to see those slabs that are up above. And then I think, yeah, let's just kind of get up on top. That'll probably make this a little bit easier. Then we'll take spruce slabs and make a little kind of a plus sign shape, I guess we would call it. Like so. There we go. And one of those I'll have to knock out later, but that's okay. We'll do it right now. That one goes away. There we go. And then we're going to take dark oak stairs, do something like this. We'll put a redstone lamp in there. I am going to have to go get more glowstone because I'm almost out. And then on top of that, we'll just put down a lever. Okay? So pretty easy. And then finally, the last thing we do is right here, we just add a couple spruce fences. And now this whole thing should be light level 9 or more. All along here. Maybe not like this block, but that's because there's not a torch right there. Once that torch goes in, I think we will have enough. Let's test it and find out. If I do this. No, still light level 8 on this block right here. I don't think the sheep can actually eat that one, though, so I don't think it matters. As long as we've got light level 9 on these blocks that don't have a fence on top of them, I think we're good, because I think those are the only ones that the sheep can actually eat. But that's basically the design. Now I need to go replicate it 14 more times. I'll be back with you in a sec. All right, guys, I am back, and I think it is pretty much done. I want to clean up, well, I'll probably clean up this entrance when I redo the staircase. But over here, it's looking good. We got all of the stalls in place on the sides. I finished up the stall in the middle as well. Pretty straightforward. Everything, all the grass that we need grass to be able to spread to has a light level of 9 or above. So this should be completely ready. All we need to do is actually get the sheep in place, and then I also need to build a nano farm over here to get a bunch of wheat for breeding the sheep and stuff like that. Also, one thing that I forgot to mention earlier when I was showing the floor, under these slabs, we've got grass blocks, so the grass can still spread up and into the middle section and over here as well. And I don't think the grass will turn to dirt because the slabs aren't directly touching it. So I think it should be fine. The other thing, too, before I forget, this was something that I meant to mention earlier. Last episode, there was a lot of people who asked why I spent so long in the end looking for Etho's stuff when things despawn within 5 minutes. If you didn't know, stuff doesn't despawn if the chunks aren't loaded, and that's the key. Items have a 5-minute despawn timer when they're laying on the ground, but if those chunks aren't loaded, that timer is not ticking down. So, Etho's stuff is still out there somewhere, but it can be very difficult to find when you don't really know where to look. Anyway, I need to get all these sheep into the sheep farm, and we've got like some Houdini sheep stuff going on here. They keep, I think they're glitching through the fences, which is weird because these chunks are loaded and have been loaded for like the last 4 hours, but they keep just like glitching through the fences. So I don't know. Either way, I'm going to start gathering up these sheep, getting them into the farm. I think the best thing to do is to put 2 just regular white sheep into each one and then dye them after we have them in place. So that's kind of my plan. I'm going to get to it, and then I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back, and I'm looking at the Nano Farm that Mumbo built over at the Community Villager Trading Center thing, and it looks pretty simple. Looks very straightforward. Looks like something I could totally build. However, there is a certain NHO member that owes me a little bit of a favor for an elytra that they lost of mine, and who also happens to be very, very good at redstone. So I'm going to get in touch with them and see if he is willing to help me out and maybe build a nano farm for me so that I don't have to mess around with it myself. Where can I safely put the water where I'm not going to break redstone stuff?
There's like no redstone on this, so anywhere you want, pretty much.
Oh, okay, nice. We'll just put it right there then. That should be close enough.
Yeah, that works. So one issue is like there's 3 inputs for the dispensers. Might be a little hard to get it all down to one chest. Do you have a chest?
I do.
It is kind of tricky to split it into 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
And keep it even or centered.
And keep it even and centered. I mean, you're the Redstone Master.
Well, that's an aesthetic thing, isn't it? I can make this thing work, but it's not going to look good. Is there anything else that blocks out light? Because the problem is you can't fit through here.
Oh.
Unless we lower the chest one more.
Trapdoors don't. Stairs. Ah, man.
They do, but same issue.
I came to you because I wanted a beautifully designed and working nano farm, and this is turning into a small like super project.
No, it'll be fine. Just how picky are you is the question.
Not that picky. I suppose we could do some interesting things here using spruce stairs.
Like
maybe?
you can do slabs there. This would work.
But then you can't see the chest.
Oh well, good point. Good point. You put trapdoor there then.
That might work.
Do you have any dark oak saplings I could borrow from you too?
How many do you want?
4 at least.
Well, you want like 4 stacks, you said?
Or 4, like I need at least 4 saplings just to get the chain going, you know?
Yeah, so like 4 stacks. Gotcha.
If you have that many, sure.
So this was, and in all this area where you don't see dark oak trees, there were dark oak trees. I have more dark oak.
Okay.
Like I have chests of dark oak saplings, and I want them gone. Yeah.
Normally they're kind of hard to get. Like they don't drop many extra.
Yeah, I know. But the benefit of living in the dark oak
forest
biome and clearing the whole thing is that I have many dark oak saplings. So I will just toss them to you like a so.
Thank you very much.
There you go. And if you need more, just let me know. I've got plenty.
I should be good now. Thank you.
Or for that matter, if you want, I'm still working on the whole deforestation project. So if you want to just chop down a bunch of dark oak trees here, you're welcome to do that too.
Yeah, I might take you up on that actually.
And then, so in theory, all I should have to do.
Yeah, you might have to get the timing right too.
Yeah, it might be a weird server thing as well, like the server.
Like if you don't see wheats, then let go of right click and retry. Oh, I see it now.
Yeah, I'm seeing wheat as well.
And it doesn't work quite as good in on the server, but it seemed okay when I tried it.
Well, I just went through a whole bunch of seeds, and I went through a stack of seeds and got 5 wheat.
Let me try.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it is a lag dependent thing too, kind of.
Yeah, well, and we do have quite a few people on, so. We're up to 1 wheat.
We'll just do a design with a clock that runs constantly.
Yeah, that'll work. That's super easy though. I like it. Like I'm totally making one of these in my single player world for sure. Yeah. This is something at my redstone capability level. Let's put it that way.
2 pieces of redstone's all you need.
Exactly. Like even I can do that. I like it.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a lever.
Okay.
You put it where you want it. That's gonna be the on-off.
I don't know if I could handle this pressure.
Where do you think it'll look best, or where do you want it?
Probably like right there, honestly.
Right there?
Yep.
Man. Like we can do that, but then we gotta move the dispensers back one.
Okay, then not right there. We'll put it right here.
Really?
No, of course not. I don't know.
I could make that work.
Probably. What would work? Just off to the side, like so. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
To the side or.
Why don't we just throw it right there then? That's fine.
Okay, I think that'll work.
That sounds like clicky noises to me.
It's clickies.
I think that means it's working.
Now, should we make it more compact?
I don't think you really need to be honest.
Okay.
You can if you'd like, but. I mean, this whole area is going to be completely walled off and nobody will ever see back here anyway. So, like, I'm far more worried about it working. If it works, I'm good with it.
Okay. Cool.
There we go. Oh, yeah. That got... so the good news is that got wheat, but now the wheat doesn't break. Oh, it's not
breaking. Okay.
Is it because of
it needs an update, too.
Oh.
You gotta till it.
Tilt. There we go.
Still no?
Still no update.
Okay. Not a problem. That's a little bit of a problem, but I might be able to fix it.
Nope.
I better try it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Maybe I just have a really bad connection to the server right now. I mean, I don't think it would be that big of a deal anyway, because it seems like my play hours are the hours when most people aren't online, because I play so late at night / early morning for the people in Europe, so it might not be that big of a deal. Sometimes I have the server to myself.
I do have another design that would work, but it's a lot slower.
Maybe I'll stick with this one and hope, and maybe I'll come back to you later. But we'll give it a couple days. I'll see if I can find a time when there's not everybody online to see if it works. And if it doesn't, then we'll go from there. Because I also have a design that's it's a little bit slower as well and a little bit more work required. You make like this like a 9x9, and then you plant it with seeds, and then you walk away. And after enough time, yeah, exactly. It sounds like you're familiar with this one.
I've heard of this design. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is pretty good. Came up with it all by myself, based on a game called Minecraft. Oh, yep, it's getting updates.
No grow.
No grow, but I think we could just maybe leave it at that and see if we can get a time when there's not so many people on the server. See if it works.
Huh. The dispensers aren't empty, are they?
No, they're not. Unless I've gone through 5 stacks in the last, 30
no, they're
seconds.
Still full.
But, yeah, I'm just going to blame server performance, and I'll try and test it out when there's not so many people around, and we'll go from there. I may contact you again to fulfill your...
I do have another design that should work, but it's slower.
Okay, well, if we need it, we can do that. I will consider your debt for that elytra partially paid.
Partially paid, okay.
Partially paid. With potential payment in full if this actually does work when there's not so many people online.
Okay.
So in other words, if I have to contact you again, then your debt is not paid as of right now, and you still owe me a farm. If I don't have to contact you again, then you are paid in full.
Okay. I can live with that.
Okay. Deal.
Since you're an enemy, I don't even really care if I repay you, to be honest.
Well, this is true. I mean, basically, this is just engendered servitude. Like, if I can get my enemies to do this work for me,
this is more to clear my name than to appease you.
Ah, I see. Okay. All right. Thanks for your help, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Hopefully it works out.
And there we go. I think that is it. That's the whole farm all finished up, looking good. I got a lot of the sheep bread. We have all the sheep in here. Some of them are going to pull a Houdini act and, like, glitch through the fences and end up in other spawning. Like this guy right there. See? You're not a lime sheep. You're a regular green sheep. They just glitch through the walls. But I'm not too worried about it. I'll just kill them off if they manage to escape, because I have enough sheep in the pens themselves that it's okay if we lose a couple here and there. But I think we should be good. I mean, basically at this point, it's just a matter of breeding them up. I would like to have more sheep in the central area for... This is as I said, this is kind of the color of our choice pen, so to speak. Right now it's green because I'm using that for my banners and stuff. But we'll probably do light gray at some point, whatever other colors, depends on the projects that we take on. All in all, though, I really like this build. I like this farm. No redstone, super simple, but it looks good and it gets the job done. So there you have it. Unfortunately, though, my friends, I am out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.